Welcome back, students, to the third part of the chapter 1.8 Voyaging Towards Excellence. We had stopped last time at the point where the author says that he feels extremely lucky to be in contact with some good people around him, right? So, later on, what he says is, later in my life, when Mr. Narayan Murthy left Patni to start Infosys, I started heading Patni's software division, occupying the same chair. He's talking about Mr. Narayan Murthy. Narayan Murthy is the co-founder of Infosys. Before starting Infosys, he was working with Patni Computers. Now the author has come to the position or the place of Mr. Narayan Murthy. So he is heading the same office, and he says, my head office was at Cambridge, Massachusetts, USA, which is very near to Boston. Okay. In fact, the adjacent building to MIT in America. Now his head office is very close to MIT. MIT is Massachusetts Institute of Technology. So his office is very close by, and he says that very often he used to go to America, and whenever he got an opportunity, he used to visit MIT during lunchtime to meet his friends. Now there also, he says, he could find a couple of Nobel laureates. Nobel laureates are the people who have won Nobel Prize. So if you walked for an hour from there, you could reach Harvard Square near Harvard University. So he has described the places in and around, and having to visit so many friends who were in fact Nobel laureates. Then he tells his experience of having traveled to US, Europe, Japan, Australia, and happened to meet many great thinkers and management gurus. And he has mentioned a few names like Alvin Toffler, Peter Drucker, C.K. Prahalad, Tom Peters, and great technologists such as Vincent Cerf, who is a person who has designed TCP or the IP. TCP is the Transmission Control Protocol, and IP is the intellectual property. Now, what are these? These are actually standardized rules by which it's that allows the computers to communicate using a network. Now the network here is the internet. Okay. All these discussions have been very beneficial to him, he says. As he says, it has broadened my horizon. It has widened his limitations. Whatever he used to think, he has started thinking beyond the box now. And it has taught me humility. It has taught him to be a humble person. Okay, and made me realize that whatever he has achieved so far is nothing. I have to go much more and more in my life. And not only more, the fact that always to remember that you have to strive for excellence. You just don't want to do it somehow just to complete it, but you want to achieve excellence. Right, then he says, coming back to my group, in the IIT, my friends were more intelligent. Now he is dealing with all intellectual, super intelligent people around him, and they seem to discuss a variety of subjects like science, technology, sociology, psychology, economics, philosophy, anthropology, archaeology, political science. All great and wonderful subjects, but then this group never seemed to touch on the fine arts. Like he says, music, literature, painting, these all were not touched by his friends. In short, our group was interested almost anything under the sun. Under the sun meaning anything which is there on the earth were discussed by his friends lot. I was immediately attracted to the group and developed immense and deep. He was always interested in studies and knowing things for the sake of knowledge, right? In fact, if it is a part of the curriculum or no, that did not matter to him. He says, I never studied for scoring marks. Even he said that before. I have not studied for scoring marks, but just for the sake of seeking more knowledge, because when you just take up a subject, it is so deep and so vast that one cannot just simply complete it, right? It is very difficult to become a master or an expert. Taking one subject only, for the matter, history, sociology, geography, it is so vast in itself. And you can just imagine having to master all the subjects is going to be next to impossible. So it would be like you are jack of all trades and master of none, right? So it's just not possible to touch on all the and have a in-depth knowledge of every particular subject. But then he says, at least the basic principles, you need to understand at least the basic principles of each of these subjects. As he says, any of us could easily top the GRE examination. GRE is the Graduate Records Examinations. So one has to, have a good knowledge of all these subjects. However, that thought never ever touched our minds. To understand the world and how it works, and serving India and her people was far more important. Okay, this is what mattered to them. Therefore, I plunged into all these branches. Plunged meaning dived. He has touched on all. He had tried to understand all these subjects. It was a period of renaissance for me. Renaissance meaning revival, a rebirth for him. We used to discuss about relativity, Big Bang, all this physics, until some people are really crazy and they can just go on discussing till late night. And my cupboard was full of books on a variety of topics. It's only because of human curiosity, that deep desire in him to discover things, that is what has kept him going on. I have a number of limitations, but one thing I'm proud of is curiosity. We all need to have that deep sense of curiosity, the eagerness to know, not just push away, but try to know things. Ask questions, try to find out logical answers. Humility, obviously, that in spite of the fact that you know many things, don't be proud about yourself. And humanity, yes, we are all here to serve the humanity, mankind. Concern for our fellow human beings, and I learned these values during IIT days. So he feels extremely lucky that he came across, he has so many people, he has happened to learn so many values in his life, and he says he's become a firm believer in rationalism. Rationalism meaning the principle of logic and questioning, the science of logic and questioning. Rather than being emotional, okay, not touching on the emotional aspects, and equality, okay, it's for, of, by, we follow democracy here. So equality of all castes, creeds, races, genders, we do not discriminate on any of these bases. So what is the religion that I started following? I started treating nature as God and humanity as a religion. So we all should follow the same. We should forget all the differences, because it's not going to serve. What we need is humanity. Today's times, we need to help each other, know each other, and nature needs to be protected. So nature is, earlier people used to worship nature as God, that we have stopped doing it. So let's get back to nature, take care of our nature, and also serve humanity. That is what is needed at the today's times. Okay, we shall stop here and continue in the next video lecture. Thank you.